Why does this have to happen to me? Back with more Gintama, there's no escape in sight. But at least they've thrown away their old ways. The old Gintama is dead, long ago, gone and buried. Oh, just like Lazarus rising from the grave. Nothing can really stop Gintama. Where better to start than... Oh no. Hopefully not a drunk Gintoki. Although as a beginning of a series for Gintama, starting off strong. Have they got a guess? There's another pair of shoes there. He's going to make a fool of himself in front of them. As, you know, as per usual. This isn't the real Gintoki. He brought gifts. Kin? So, the preview a few episodes ago wasn't entirely false. Kintoki. Gold. Literally replaced in... Oh, even the logo. Okay. Well, no king rules forever. Gintoki had to step down once... I mean, Shinpachi is really kind of the busybody of the group, so wouldn't expect any less of him. Being the housewife. The problem with it being all gold now is that it kind of blends in with the sunrise. And either Kintoki is going to be a major part for a while, or the opening is going to change. I don't like it that everyone seems far too happy to see him. This is not the usual welcoming we get. Why was Otsue crying? I would like to argue with that title. Knowing that you are an anime and just a character in a story, I wouldn't be surprised if they did just walk into the wrong set. Yes, of course, there's... I think giving advice for making it better really has run its course for Gintama. They should have put these things in place long ago. No? But I guess with Gintoki's main draw being his unkept locks. It is taken over. Although, yeah, them being dumb and dumpsterist. Yep, everything plays out so far. It is the better Gintoki. After years of failing to such a degree, of course he was going to be replaced. Who has that kind of conversation? And what we're getting, like, imposter syndrome. Well, yeah, when his entire understanding of life has been flipped. Yeah, he doesn't look shady at all. They're holding this talk down in the bar. Probably the food part there. I think I can fill in the blanks. And the fact that so far Shinpachi and Kagura have forgotten him. I mean, yeah, that's about right. No, I know they haven't exactly been nice to every prospective client that has come in, but I think they are focusing on his hair colour far too much. As a normal kind of main character, yes, actually a lot more approachable. However, it is so far detached from the Gintoki that we love. Or hate simultaneously. Ah, that's why she was crying. She actually got rent. I had the same kind of reaction, but it was more bile and vomit. Keeping up that act of being unbearably nice is going to wear that character down very quickly. A fair few DVDs. I'm sure some people would try sleeping anyway. It's kind of like when you introduce a new character because your ratings are failing and try and make them really interesting and overpowered. You're going to have to. I think he's beginning to snap. Well, whatever was left of. It's good that all the DVDs stayed in that big pile, though. It was an accident. He is so accident prone, isn't he? And now they've got the high ground. And while he started as a mere stranger, now being hated. Well, it looks like we're getting a restart of Gintama in a new place. New faces. For not being the main character, the story seems to be following him a fair bit. Do you think they'll start remembering if he gets the production company to stop paying their wages? Quick, check the backlogs. That's... yeah. Wormed his way in through the entirety of Gintama, or Kintama. I feel like my memory has been failing me a lot more recently. I don't seem to remember the striking gold hair. I don't get that reference particularly, but I can appreciate the sentiment there. Huh? Huh? I'm sure we've seen people with much more out there hair than this. Is she... yeah, there she goes. She didn't have her glasses on and mistook him. Although, I'm not sure glasses really give that much difference of a colour value. At least normal glasses. Just to grind him further into the... actually, don't want to see that storyline. Grinding him into the dirt further. And sure, it's for comedic value, but would anyone actually just run over someone in the street like that? And with it seemingly as though it's only Gintoki himself who has maintained the original memory. We have a visitor and not wearing the usual outfit. What's going on? This isn't right. Well, actually, it would be the Pachinko parlor, but not this time. I mean, if you wanted to be any more obvious about it. And you're disturbing everyone else who's trying to have a good time. And the fact that he's overpowering Gintoki like that, and giving kind of Okita vibes. Which also means that Gintoki must have also done everything bad that Gintoki has done, so... no one can hold him responsible anymore. Could be one option. I mean, that could be a possibility, but just not with the way that you're presenting it. Unfortunately, there are people who have these kind of delusions. And now he is worming that idea into his mind. And making him lose the will to fight back. Yeah, definitely on the level, this golden boy. Not the first time he's been... Okay, might be the first time that he has come into contact with this kind of thing. Not the first time we've seen in his underwear, though. I wonder if Hasegawa remembers him, because they are both now complete losers with no place in the world. Where he rightfully belongs. What's that? Dog? Is that a Haru? No, Sadaharu, you can't keep him. Did... Poster in the background. Did Sadaharu have this kind of appreciation of Gintoki before? Tama? Gintoki because it's affecting him, Sadaharu because... Sadaharu. Tama, probably because her memory is done through hard drives. I can always appreciate more time with Tama. If you mean getting blind drunk and passing out in an alley, the same as holding a reset button. But now he's not in a depth of complete despair, because there is at least someone out there who believes him. So the idea of it being in his head can be immediately demolished. Well, he's knee deep in garbage. He might have let it get to him. What colour are you repainting it? But who, why, and what is exactly this Kintoki and what's going on? It could be another story like when he was getting drunk, where they're all pretending. That's a bit harsh. Is he carving his name into the building? Good pose. Stay away from the... Sadaharu just wanted to join in. Leave his mark. I agree with that. No, this is the team that we want to see working together. Is this usually how the big showdown kicks off? Yeah. Knocking at the door politely. Baganなんですか? The Gintoki has usually winged it so far. Plans aren't really a strong point. That was just to get you up from the rock bottom. Well, some of his so-called weaknesses are also strengths. Is that the script? Instruction manual? Ah, instruction manual. Well, that explains something. If they can't fix Gintoki, they'll just replace him with a newer, better, fully posable model. How much did that cost? He doesn't have a moped. He has a bright gold convertible. Oh, it was a cardboard box. I was trying to work out what Hasegawa was actually laying. I should have just guessed. Yeah, he's still a Downton and Out. And either this arc is going to be relatively long, or... Is this a Grease moment? Or they've got a bit of work cut out of them replacing it with Gintoki after this is said and done. Where everyone is slightly more miserable. Oh, that was a quick cut. I can't actually read half of that. We're still in Gintama. Next week on Gintama. Still going on with the smashing people over the head. Oh, back to normal. However, both Shinpachi and Kagura have seemingly had a growth spurt and gone through puberty. Shinpachi's a lot more hairy now. If they don't remember him, he'll just make a new club. With a robot and a dog. But it's giving me the same kind of vibes as when the entire planet was taken over by... was it the warts? So their actual bodies were... itty bitty. But if they find a way to revert the process and give everyone their memories back, I can imagine a few characters from other shows that might want to know that secret. And I would say he's not really too memorable to be a main character. And yet for Gintama, it's really quite difficult to say. Because, well, we have a walking pair of glasses for one of them. But the problem that Gintoki faces now is that he can't do his usual method of all guns blazing, run-in, swords drawn. Because there'd be others that stand in his way and he can't exactly fight them. Well, he can fight them as well. But I don't believe by himself really you're going to outsmart the new, improved Gintoki. But it's okay. As soon as viewing figures start to drop, it'll be straight back to top billing. That we can be assured of. If you enjoyed this episode, let me know. There should be more coming up because, well, we can't miss out on whatever it is we're watching. If any of you feel like you've been replaced, don't worry. None of us are really that interesting. Don't have really much to steal. But until next time, live by the true colour of your soul, or some other feel-good nonsense. And I'll see you there. If you want to be the robot maid to the questioning of reality that would be my channel, consider joining on to my Patreon. Because with Sal, Electric Ant, Arthea, Noku, Shiwan, Mecha, Jennifer Rojas, Jinsfire, Big Boy, Mats, Russell Paulson, Girly, Dark Shadow 7899, Raywin and everyone else, I can know that at least someone else out there believes in me, even if I am incredibly wrong.